Why Indian girls marrying Pakistani men is a national security threat. Hidden dangers explained. India and Pakistan have fought wars in 1965, 1971, and the Kargil War. Yet some Indian girls still marry Pakistani men, but do they realize the risks? In this video, we expose the hidden dangers behind cross-border marriages. How Pakistani agencies exploit marriages for spying. How Indian government schemes can be misused. Why Pakistan refuses citizenship to Indian brides. The real-life tactics used on social media to trap Indian women. National security is at risk. Should India make stricter laws? Should Pakistani authorities be held responsible? Subscribe to the channel for more eye-opening discussions on national security, India-Pakistan relations, and social awareness. Comment your views below. Should marriages with Pakistani citizens be completely banned? Here are some real-life intelligence reports and suspected plans from Pakistani agencies that have been uncovered in the last few years. These illustrate the tactics used under the guise of friendship and marriage. 1. Social media spy networks, 2018-2024. Method: Pakistani intelligence agencies, ISI, have used social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and dating apps, such as Tinder, to target Indian women. Fake profiles with attractive pictures and charming messages are used to build relationships. Over time, emotional manipulation happens, making these women feel like they've found true love. Intelligence reports: in several cases, Indian girls were convinced to cross the border or marry Pakistani men who were either agents or sympathetic to Pakistan's cause. These men are often trained operatives from the intelligence services who learn how to gain trust and subtly manipulate. Number 2. Kashmiri girls and cross-border marriages. Method: Pakistani agencies have specifically targeted Kashmiri women for cross-border marriages with Pakistani men. These marriages are seen as a way to strengthen Pakistan's claim over Kashmir by embedding their influence into Indian society. Reports: intelligence agencies believe that many of these women are unwittingly recruited as informants or are used to relay information back and forth. Some reports suggest that grooms are trained by ISI to groom these women for potential espionage, often without their knowledge. 3. Fake marriages for espionage method. Some marriages are completely fake, where the girl is married off to a Pakistani agent who is working undercover. These agents then use the woman to collect sensitive information, especially from areas close to the border or important military installations. Reports: cases have been discovered where Pakistani agents married Indian women, mainly to extract military secrets or gather information on India's defense positions. Once the Indian girl marries and settles, she might be tasked with spying, or if she tries to escape, Pakistan can simply deny responsibility by saying, "She's Indian." Before, economic and smuggling exploitation method. Some women unknowingly become part of smuggling rackets. For instance, goods like food grains, medicines, and electronics from Indian government schemes are diverted to Pakistan, where they can be sold for higher prices. How it works: Indian girls marry Pakistani men and then use their family connections to supply subsidized goods to Pakistan. Intelligence agencies suspect that some girls are complicit in these actions, either willingly or out of ignorance. Number 5. Targeting vulnerable women method. Pakistani agents are reportedly targeting vulnerable Indian women, for instance, divorcees, widows, or those facing family struggles. They create fake online personas to offer emotional support and eventually lure these women into cross-border marriages. Concerns raised: once married, these women are often isolated and their communication with family and friends is controlled. Many end up cut off from their families back in India, with no way to reach out for help. 6. Using marriages as a gateway for larger plans. Long-term strategy. Some reports suggest that cross-border marriages are part of a larger geopolitical strategy. They help create confusion and destabilize India's domestic order. Families of these women are manipulated into providing support for Pakistani causes, as they feel loyalty to their daughters married there. 7. Tracking and surveillance method. In some cases, it's suspected that Pakistani authorities use women in cross-border marriages to track Indian military movements or report on local affairs. Reports: women may be placed under surveillance after marriage, and their every move may be tracked by Pakistani intelligence networks, sometimes without the women's knowledge. Conclusion from the insights. These real-life tactics show that cross-border marriages are not always about love. National security risks often arise due to intentional or unintentional exploitation by foreign agencies. While not every case is sinister, there is certainly a pattern emerging where vulnerable women are targeted for nefarious purposes. What India can do next? Stricter surveillance of people who travel to Pakistan for marriage. Closer monitoring of online relationships that involve cross-border individuals. Diplomatic pressure on Pakistan to prevent the misuse of marriages for espionage or smuggling. Subscribe now for more truth-telling content about India's safety, security, and culture. Comment below. Should India ban marriages with Pakistani citizens? Should Indian girls be protected better from cross-border traps? Share your views to spread awareness.